So this video I'm going to talk about Rotolight LED lighting. I used 3 lights in total. I've got 2 EOS lights and a Neo. And on the whole, for photography and video, I think they're a really good light. I think if you just want photography, not so sure. I think you're probably better with a studio type strobe. But if you're doing both, I think they're pretty cool. I also use the Unicum trigger, which allows me to adjust the settings of each individual light on here. The sync speed, the power. So I think that works well. The EOSs also have DMX controllers, so if you're in a studio setting, you can rig that up. I'm not actually quite sure how you do that. I know they are pretty cheap to buy, the controllers, but we might look at it down the line when we have a permanent setup. Because the idea, I'm filming today from a shell of a studio which we're in the process of building, which is going to be a part design studio, photography, video studio for our business, and I'll also use it for my sort of hobby, which is photography. So back to the lights. Yeah, they're good. They have their advantages and disadvantages, really. One thing which I think they're lacking is modifiers. I'm saying this, they've just brought out the new one, the Illuminator I think it's called, and it's quite expensive, 150 quid with the VAT, which is basically a Westcott halo. And I know the reason they use this is because Jason Lanier, he started using it, and it's basically a shoot-through umbrella with an enclosed back on it. The only thing with it, when you shoot through umbrella, you're going to spread the light like right out, give it this really soft wraparound light, which is fine if that's what you want. But the thing is, with Rotolight, one sort of thing that is a downfall is probably the lack of power for photography. So to lose all that light around the room, I think to me it'd be better concentrating it forward and using it that way. But they've maybe done it, it's an easy option, but also Jason Lanier uses it, and he might get them more sales. Maybe not at the minute with what's going on with him, but we'll see. Because I think it was going to be branded the Jason Lanier whatever. It's come out and it's not, which probably makes sense for them. But anyway, back to the point. Rotolight's modifiers. So I come from a product photography background, a product design background. So I've come up with a few designs myself. So today, it's now, what time is it? 20 past 10 on Sunday. So I started this afternoon. I've come up with a simple design. I've machined it. We have our sort of machinery that we can do these things. And it's an adapter for the EOS to fit into a parabolic. So that's standard 3-foot parabolic, and I've mounted it on the boom arm, which then makes it adjustable, so I can move the light. Oops, just unlock this. I can move the light forward and back. Let's see if you can catch that in the modifier. And the reason for that, oops, if you want to shoot the light back into it, I've got this on the mount on the standard Rotolight yoke, so I can shoot it back into the light and reflect the light forward. It doesn't work as good as a studio flash, because a studio flash is designed to work with a parabolic. The light comes from a certain point and you're going to maximize the light straight forward. That's the idea of a parabola. It's like car headlights. The bulb is in a set position. But at least this way, it's a normal flat fronted diffuser. I'm not losing light, and I can just turn it if you know, and just use the light facing forward, just move it back to the back of the softbox and use it that way. I've also done a small one. I did this one a while ago actually. So I've done a mount for the Neo, and this has got the same speed ring, so I can attach it in the back of this. It will only go right in the back. But it attaches a similar way, and then I'll take out one of these and attach it to the stand, to the light stand. Which, you know, I think when you use, especially if I use a diffuser on it, what tends to happen with a diffuser, you're going to get reflective light bouncing back. It's going to work its way around and come forward. But to me, I don't like the idea that the halo is just, I'm losing light, I'm spreading light, I can't direct the light. So I've come up with these. I mean, maybe Rotolights will come up with something at some point. You know, this is maybe an easy option. It's probably made in China. It's just rebranded. You know, maybe they will come up with something. But to do something like this or this one, they've got sort of tooling set up, which is quite expensive. You know, and they've got like minimum order of 1,000 or something to start with. So maybe it was more practical, and because Mr. Lanier uses it, they probably think they're going to get the sales. I've got a couple other ideas as well. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to just knock up the prototypes for them. One is a grid. I've planned to do quite a bit of product photography, so I want a fine grid for the Neo and the EOS. I noticed that Rotolight do a grid now. I don't know if they used to, but it's some crazy price. I think it's 150 quid for just a grid, which I can't really understand. So I'll be using an aftermarket grid, which is about, I think it's the same size as that. I'm just making an adapter for it, and the same with the Neo. You know, it'll be you can get a 7-inch standard grid, and I'll make the adapter to fit this, and it's not going to cost me anywhere near that. Which you know, for my product photography, especially with the Neo, is going to be pretty cool. And then I've also got, I did this one a while ago, which is a snoot which fits onto the Neo. When you take this off, it fits on, just bayonet fits on. I'll probably also do this one with a reducer, so I can reduce it right down to maybe 20 millimeters. Which again, if I just want that little bit of light on a product, I think that'll work well. So what, yeah, like I say, I'll do another video in a couple of weeks once I've got these made. I mean, I'm that busy with my day job, I'm trying to fit this in between, so I tend to work on a Sunday and get them done, but I can get quite a bit done in a day. So a couple of weeks we'll post another video. I mean, as we move forward, I originally set this channel up to do sort of to show my progress, because I'm a novice photographer, and I run a full-time business. I mean, I'm working 6-7 days a week with that at the minute, long days, but I'm actually going to work on videos to show what I do with my studio. I'm building it from scratch. So what, you know, cheap ways that you can do things like acoustic panels and things like that. And then down to going and getting work, because you know, I'm just going to try and do it. It's going to be a hobby business, but you know, I want to try and get products work. Maybe portrait work, I'm not really sure about that. You know, maybe some animal pets and things, but mainly product work. So I'm going to sort of, as we go on, when I get time down the line, I'm going to be doing videos on this, on making things for the studio, and actually doing the photography, doing the setups for, I say, mainly product photography, but other things as well. So you know, just keep an eye on what we're doing, follow the channel, and you know, I'll show you my progress with that. But for now, you know, maybe Rotolight see this and they might think think twice and do something else. But we'll see. I mean, give me your opinions of what I've done here, and when I do the other ones, you know, give me your opinions on the modifiers and the adapters that I do, and see what you think. You know, it might just be my opinion, but in the end I'm doing this for my studio, and it's what I sort of need. So, you know, it's but let me know what you think about it anyway. Okay, cheers guys.